Good morning, Methacton, and welcome to the Warrior News. I'm Tristan.
And I'm Danny. Today is Thursday, January 16th, and an A-Day. Please stand for the moment of silence, followed by the pledge to the flag.
Welcome back to the Question Corner. I'm Zarina. Let's get to today's question. Blaise Pascal invented the mechanical calculator, Horatio Adams chewing gum, Philo Farnsworth the television, and Chester Greenwood earmuffs. What did this young group of creators all have in common? Send those answers to questioncorner@methacton.org. Now back to the desk.
Report to room C119 after school on Thursday if you will be attending the French trip to Quebec. If you have any documents you still need to turn in for the trip, you should bring them to the meeting. The newspaper will meet on Wednesday, January 29th in television studio. The club is looking for writers who would like to report on school events and issues, sports, student spotlights, club accomplishments, and etc. You can pick your MHS-related topics or we can assign them to you. Speaking of an event you will be able to cover when the time comes, who will be Mr. Methacton 2025? Mr. Methacton applications are now being accepted. You may pick up an application from Mrs. On or Mrs. Pillman in B101 or B103. Applications are due Friday. Save the date for Mr. Methacton, Friday, May 16th.
Become a member of the crew in Methacton High School Theater Company's production of Guys and Dolls. The company is looking for anyone interested in helping with lights and sound. If you prefer moving sets and props backstage, then this is also for you. Crew begins with rehearsals the week of January 27th. If interested, scan the QR code you will find outside the dance studio door C104 to sign up, or go to Guys and Dolls Google Classroom at QCH2W2G. You can also email Mrs. Fitzgerald or Mrs. Naylor at mfitzgerald@methacton.org or dnaylor@methacton.org. The counseling department is excited to introduce Methacton Next Chapter, your go-to social media account for post-high school planning. If you're looking for scholarships, financial aid tips, and college and career guidance, then follow @Methacton Next Chapter on Instagram to stay informed and take charge of your future. Film festival season is upon us. The festival is now open for all students and is open to all genres, including music videos. Scan the QR code on the screen or use code PQY34FO. Read the rules, then submit the online application by February 7th. Film Festival 19 is on May 2nd. All films are due April 4th. And now to a message from Dr. Euchre.
Good morning, Methacton. I just want to go over a couple things with you that I think might be stirring over the next 2 weeks. So before I get into the schedule for the next 2 weeks, I want to start us with a quote. This week's quote that I put out to teachers and staff is, be the change you want to see in the world. And that kind of piggybacks on the assembly that we saw last week. I know it was fun to see a juggler who was juggling a lot of crazy things. He had a lot of energy, but his main purpose of coming here was to review our expectations for behavior and how we treat people. So our three words that we live by here at Methacton is making sure that we are safe, respectful, and responsible in everything we do. Okay, so be the change that you want to see in the world. All right, so let's go over a couple of the things that are happening. You know, midterms start actually this week, midterms start. Next week, you know you have off on Monday for Martin Luther King Day. So when you come back on Tuesday, that is the modified schedule. So it's good and bad for you, meaning it's bad because you have those midterms, but it's good because you only come to school for midterms. So it's a kind of a better schedule for you. So on Monday, you will have period 1 and period 2 will be your 2 midterms. And then you go home, or you don't go home and you come back and have session 3 would be makeups, anyone who needed to make up midterms. So remember that session 1 lasts from 7:30 until about 9:30, and then 9:35 is the second session, and that ends around 11:15, and then you go home if you don't have makeups to do for the session 3. So it's a little bit easier of a day for you, but you do have to study for those midterms. All right, please make sure that you are checking either my newsletter or on our website, or I'm sure your teachers have provided you with the times of your midterms, so make sure that you are studying. When you come back after midterm week, we will be in session 2, in semester 2, so that is new classes for some of you, new elective classes. So please make sure that you are prepared and know where you're going, and make sure that you thank your teachers for a great semester 1. All right, Methacton, that's enough updates for me. I hope you have an amazing week. Remember to study hard for those midterms, and I will see you later in the week.
And the answer was they were all teenagers. Winners were Lockhart and Dell. Now back to the desk.
Element is now accepting creative writing, art, photography, and performance art submissions. All submissions are due February 14th. Please consider submitting your work to be published in Element this spring. For more information about submitting, please email Mrs. Vanderquast or stop by C202. We'll leave you today with highlights from the girls basketball team's win over PJP on Tuesday night. And from the entire Warrior News team,
Have a great day.